Okay, folks, shall we start our live again? Alright, hello people in Philippines. So this is Thai Pai Dong.
個小件，檸茶兩杯一個小件。
呢似牛肉。
我而家都係。
You can look for the website here is www.hko.gov.hk. The weather forecast. Absolutely correct. High income, low income. Two different worlds split once by street. Totally different from here to here. All the land developers make money by all this building. They're getting richer and rich rather than give a chance to people to buy the flat or the house or the unit. Only the people who live with the low income never think of that. Only where they go is going on the right hand side. I just walk around on the part 1. Okay, so part 2 is I'm going to discover people living on the left side. Again, on the right hand side is the poor people, on the left hand side is the rich people. Those are tycoon. And Chunwan is, let's say, it's a old district. So in the old district, they built housing in expensive rent or price. So again, I want to tell you, these people living on the right hand side will be gone in some day. A new housing with the people who afford. So in Chunwan, the next 10 or 20 years will be disappear. I mean, only the rich people can stay here and the poor people get out. I don't know how true is that, but if you come here in 10 or 20 years later, I hope what I said would be wrong. And the rich people is not from the local Hong Konger, but they are mainly from the China mainland. They are the mainlander, and they can buy the whole place in Hong Kong as long as they want to dictate the Hong Kong future. Okay, let me go in here. This is City Walk. City Walk is a mall, but upstairs is the high rent apartment, or you can say it's a flat. So how the people going to, they will move or relocated to the remote area such as Fanling, Shangshui, the place where I live, because the city plan is going to move 300,000 people in the next 20 years. It is now 300,000 already. I mean the population, but will be at another double. Okay, this is the problem with my white balance. It's automatic change by itself. I don't mean I made it. Well, I don't remember exactly about this place in the old days. I think it's the old factory buildings. More or less, it's not the residential area, because residential area is on that way, which I've been already. I walk around. That's the old city, Chunwan City, and this is new development place. This is Tseun Park, Tseun 公园. But I'm not going in today because I've been many times. Food supposed to be cheap in Hong Kong. That's 20 years ago. Only say it was cheap. Right, even Dai Pai Dong is expensive though. No tax, but high rent. Okay, instead I'm going to straight ahead. I move on the right hand side. If I go straight, just go to the west line. Westway line, sighted. Well, yes, but I've been one of those already. Remember at the first part, end of the first part, I passed by a typical Dai Pai Dong. Well, you can say a Donggu Ting rather than Dai Pai Dong. Dai Pai Dong is mostly us talking about on the street, but Donggu Ting is nearby the street, but actually is not on the street. So it's a little bit different between both when you compare Dai Pai Dong and Donggu Ting. Yes, mushroom, or you can say a mushroom shaped cover of the top as a shelter. There's no aircon, only by the ventilation by a fan. That's it. So in the summertime, you are suffering the heat. But during the winter or fall, it's quite good. Okay, last time when I visit here, I couldn't see the outside of the building there. In the future, and I know there is more and more shopping mall. Okay, again, that is City 2 and this is City Walk 1, or you can say City Walk 1, because they have this one earlier and that's its second phase. Well, good question, skateboarder. If you skateboard in Hong Kong, I pretty much sure you will got by the police. So the skateboarder, they doing their activities during the midnight. So I'm not go through this city walk because I've been many times. I do videos here quite often. And before I move on, I want to show you above apartment. You can see the looking of this apartment upstairs. Right, and this is City Walk. It's an open space. So if you a skateboarder, better ask your buddy. I can't tell you where and how to skate in Hong Kong anyway. There are several skate parks. One of them I know is near in Fanling because I went there. It's quite close to the place I live. All right, let's move on. Oh, one thing I want to ask you guys, how is the video? Is it lagging and smooth so far? Because I changed from 30 frames per second to 60 frames per second. Even though it is not true 60 frames per second. I just test on my setting. So how is the video streaming? Dress best way. Cannot see it. Mini trouser, short trouser. Don't dress long trouser or jeans. I know it's difficult for you to look at. 1, 2, 3. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, I want to turn. Saying should be a short trousers. All right. Oh, you're from Oregon. Good place. I was studying in Corvallis. Not far away from Medford. Yeah. I want to visit Oregon. But just dream of. What do you do for a living? Guess what? If I say this is what I'm doing for a living, is it okay for you guys? I mean, if I rely on this, I rely on you both as well, because if you do donate or super chat, it would be great. If not, please push the button. Which button? The banner, the live, the 5 seconds. Don't skip the 5 seconds commercial video. Yes, OSU is a good place. I mean, it's quiet. It's a good place for study. No party. No girls. No. Just a place for study. So Justin, if you could just whenever you see the banner, click on there. You are helping me out. It's really nice if you do so. Because I'm not bad people doing donation and super chat. What you guys do is doing the banner push, the video not skip. Even though 5 seconds, but the point is, even though the video is, let's say, lasts for 20 seconds, but you skip at 19 seconds, it doesn't count. It has to be played all the way to 20 seconds. Let's say if the video is 20 seconds commercial. Oregon sucks. Well, depends. But I like Oregon because I went both Oregon and California. And Washington states for my internship. So I've been all 3 states on the West Coast. What was your questions? Pax, you asked me super chat amount. Do you get the full super chat? Well, the more you you pay, the more I earn. There's no limit. It's unlimited gift from you. Well, it would be nice if you super chat me or donation. Either one. The third choice is the magic push on the banner, the commercial, the video, and so on. These are really important. I admit, even though myself would be skip the video. Oh, okay. If you donate $5, it doesn't. Yep, just the disconnection from this signal string. This is really bad things. It always happens when I get to a place with poor signal string, because I don't know where the signal string pull, when and where. So I have to pay really attention on the screen if it's turned off, the live. So you know how busy I am if I'm walking around with my gimbal, as well as looking on the floor with the water dripping from the above. As I keep telling you what's going on, if the water found on the ground doesn't mean it's raining. It could be from the above. Those above aircon raining. Okay. Okay, $5 doesn't give me $5 exactly. It will be subtract the admission fee plus the exchange rate. If you're not going to pay me Hong Kong dollars, let's say you pay me US dollars, there's an exchange rate, right? So I remember, let's say $5 would be end up with $4 something, $4.80 something. Okay, this is the water found on the ground, means water from the above somewhere. Oh, you see, there's a pipe. This is the pipe. Got the water drip out, dripping off. Oh, no. Well, you send me $5 US, end up with $39 something. In US would be $4.80 something. 5 equal 4.8 something. So that's why I would ask people to do the click on the banner, click on the video. No, don't click on the video. As long as say 5 seconds skip, just remain the video until end of it. Even though you skip at, well, let's say 20 seconds video and you skip at 19 seconds, doesn't count. This is just the same result. Well, it doesn't all the way talk about the exchange rate here. It subtract the admission fee. After the admission fee, we subtract the exchange rate. So there are 2 fees over here. I hope no more 2 fees of this $5. So if you look at above rolling on the top of the screen, is it there? Did I turn off or is it still there? You can see, even though say 500 Hong Kong dollars, it doesn't give me except 500. There's a, okay, good. So this is not reflect the whole money I earn. Just let you know, part of them are true and I have to wait the statement afterward is give me how much I earn. So this is only part of the truth. Let's see, let me walk. Oh, where? Are you saved correctly? Which one? right, so that you cannot lean on here. Only you can sit on here because you are not able to lean above on this metal. You're right. Good observation. I miss it. Well, this is not the worst they made to avoid the homeless people get on the bench doing sleeping. The worst case is I heard, well, of course I'm not witnessed by my eyes, but the newspaper wrote that in some case, in the, let's say the subway, if the homeless slept under the subway and during the night time, in the mid of the midnight, and the department said the hygiene department come with a hose, spreads the water over them. I mean on the ground, so that you're not able to sleep on the floor if getting wet. You know what I'm saying? You have to sleep on the dry ground floor instead of you are going to sleep on the wet floor. But this is not even the worst. They put some acid, or not acid. I think is it chlorine, something like that. Yeah, so that the smell giving off from the solvent, the waters as a solvent. How could you sleep? So on the left hand side, this is the industrial building all around this corner, or all around this neighborhood. But if you remember last time I talked about, the industrial building is no longer being industrial. All changed to a business office. Yep, Kuntong is a famous place for the office building. It's transformed to building as a commercial rather than the industrial, because Hong Kong has less and less, or fewer and fewer industrial. You hardly find industrial in Hong Kong because the work made in Hong Kong is not like 1970, 1980. There were a lot of made in Hong Kong, but since all the industrial moved to north across the border to China, wonder if you can get a job in Hong Kong. Yes, you can, but the problem is what kind and what salary you got. The average grad student, the average I think is around $13,000 to $15,000 per month for a graduate. Even though yes, some place or some buildings are convert to residential, but very depends on whether they pass the law or they not pass the law. Most of them are illegal. What I'm saying is, only few cases they made or they transform either to residential or to a hotel. Anyway, I'm not going in. I want to skip the market and then go straight all the way to what this estate called? Somebody help me out. What's the name of this estate? Is it called Tseun? I guess yes. Hey, go to my Google Map live and see where am I. On the right hand side is different from the left hand side. It's not the same estate. Oh yes, Tseun. You are right. So Pax, are you asking me last time to come over here? Were you living here when you were a kid? Let's do this way. Show me the way to go to the place you was living. Do you remember when you were 8 years old? Do you remember how to get there? And if you like, you can go to the Google search and type Fanling estate, and you will know the history of this place. Oh, never mind. I bet you don't remember everything as a kid. Well, you know what? I would like to say something. You see the building here is not that tall. Normally speaking, under 20-story high, right? But when you go to the harbor front, the waterfront, they have the all brand new apartments. And you know how high or how tall of those? they are talking about 40-story high, 50-story high, or even maybe more than that. And that cost would be a curtain, block all the wind blow in the inland. This is the inland. They doing the city plan. It's so bad. I would not say accuse that the block of the curtain would cause no wind blowing inland or whatsoever. But the practice, or maybe my imagination, is it would cause a lot of pollution. The pollution made by the vehicles, or maybe when you cooking you do a lot of pollution. So if you remember, I just passed by the city walk. That is a tall residential buildings. All right, so let's move on. Oh, I'm just struggle. I want to go that side called Mud Way. And that Mud Way is a lot of street food. Yes, low that one. I couldn't say it the right name. How often do this fall from the buildings? Things do not look secure, like coating that is hung above. I don't know. Well, if you say clothing, I don't care, but on the above sign, any sign like this hanging out of the wall is quite dangerous because the government department don't have enough manpower to do the routine check for every building. So when time over time, when the shops or restaurant closed, they did not take off the sign away. So they will leave the sign without any maintenance. So it happens over time in Hong Kong. We heard news that it got falling off from the sign. By itself. Or when the typhoon comes, the wind blow off the sign. So that's why you will see less and less the neon sign in Hong Kong, let's say Nathan Road. Used to be in the 1980s, even 90s, 2000, you'd still see a lot of neon signs hanging above the buildings as a signature of Hong Kong. Because so many accidents happened in the past, either removed or replaced by the LED lights. Well, I don't have my lunch yet. I had my late breakfast. right, I'm going to left instead of go straight ahead to take MTR. So if people know where I'm going, follow me. Oh, I'm not going too far. I would just go to a shopping mall and I will finish my video today. Because it's got raining right now and I don't have an umbrella. My last umbrella was broken by me. So what I can do is I will walk only indoor. Yes, already. Not heavy rain, but still, I don't want to get so wet of my phone because I don't have a battery cover. I removed my cover and all my battery is exposed. That's why I can cool down my phone, otherwise it will be overheat. And because if you see people passing me, not because they are walking fast, because of I'm walking so slow. If I follow the pace they walk, this video will look so blurred or unstable at some point. So as my training as doing this walking video, I already adapt a slow pace instead of a fast pace. But if you've been to Hong Kong, you know how people walk quite fast compared to the place you live in. So that's why I have to take care of myself of not block the way people walk past by. I have to yield the way to let the people pass over me. One of example, this is the normal walk. This is wide angle, so it looks people walking so fast. If I put on a normal, I did not change my speed, just same pace I walk. So you can see the different wide angle and the normal angle. The wide angle I need even more slow. Well, if you go to China, people drive in China even more crazy in Hong Kong. Because Hong Kong driver knows they have the liability. because the insurance is so high. They pay so high for their insurance, so they don't want to get any trouble. So in Hong Kong, say compared to 20 years ago or 30 years ago, people is more careful when they doing driving. But in China mainland or in Taiwan, if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. If you watch my video about the bridge, what's it called, the city of bridge, or bridge of city, whatever I say in Chinwan, I mentioned you can walk on the bridge all the way from one place to one place without you get on ground. But this section I did not cover in my last video. So today I just bring you from the Chinwan MTR station. Oh, you see the MTR. So if you know, I'm heading to Discovery Park. Cảnh新城. But this is not a new building. 中染大廈 CDW building is one of the old buildings adjacent to Cảnh新城. But they just do the remodel of this building as a new shopping place, a shopping mall. Okay, here you go. This is the place, the last station I go. Wrong, it's 2046, not 2054. 50 years unchanged, right? So from 1997 and then plus 50 years is 2046. Again, D Park. They changed the name called D Park. It's just a mall park. Shopping mall and shopping mall, nothing but just shopping mall. Alright? If you go back to history and look at the site of this area, it was being a factory. How to say in English? 漂染廠 color dye factory. When the factory tore out and the property comes in, how could you wait to 2054? As I say, the last is 2046, but we have feel already that if it is already controlled by the China government, don't have to wait 2046. This has been all dictated by the Chinese government already since 2003. If you go back my previous video, I mentioned that the biggest change is 2003. It was happened by two things here in Hong Kong. One is SARS. SARS killed people in Hong Kong for 299 lives. And these people supposed to be not going to die. The reason is the Chinese government cover up the SARS in China and spread it to Hong Kong by a person without report. Even though he himself does not know he got the disease. But he is the main person who spread SARS to Hong Kong. And the second thing is the Article 23. If you know or doesn't know, don't worry, go to Google search, type Article 23 Hong Kong, you know what I'm going to talk about. They want to rule the Hong Kong, but we refuse. Since then, the Chinese government done a lot of things to control Hong Kong. So we don't have to wait 2046. It happens now already. Again, the purpose of this channel, instead of a traveling channel, is kind of a documentary channel of a city before complete change by 2046. Nobody knows what kind of things will be changed completely. Neither the system, one country, one system, or everything from a street sign to a building names, or the landmark has been removed. Let's say all the colony signature, statue, everything will be removed. No more queen, no more kings, no more Nathan Road, no more Queen's Road, will be changed by the name. Even the driving system, we are on the right hand side. China is going to change from right to left hand side. Yes, no more Victoria Park, you are right. I'm sure will be changed. As long as YouTube will be sustained for next 30 years, I hope. If YouTube can be there in the next 30 years, all this video would be archived. Again, this is not a traveling channel. If people ask me to do some kind of like traveling information, sorry. Well, I might be do if I got a sponsor doing this. In matter of fact, I always open and looking for a tourist company, a local tourist company, and approach me to do a traveling video. Okay, KP, yes, and I'll meet you on Wednesday. Let's talk about, maybe you can give me some insight or something I never thought about. Okay, McDonald's. I bet nobody wants to go in. Yes, they are still here, but only in Hong Kong.
我屋企有呢個啊，
係咩？你屋企都有呢個啊？
我都有啊，
邊個買㗎？
我爸爸買㗎。
佢識唔識用㗎？叫佢嚟揾我啊！唔識。I think this is a licensed store rather than just from the US own. Sorry about the white balance, you just keeping change. Yellow and white. I think we will need a long break here, or else going to have my late lunch, whatever. So, any questions so far? So I got 21% of my battery. Usually I don't wait to 0. I don't know. I just go to look for what option I have besides McDonald's. Oh man. Is it enough for you guys? Or too much talk I have? Should I shut up? Or keep talking? Yes. Just water, don't worry. It's supposed to say soda, but actually it's water. Oh, hello. Oh, by the way, where's your sister? Is she living here in Hong Kong or no? Oh, Katie. Is she around in Hong Kong? Oh yes, in the future time I expect maybe, oh, she's in the Peninsula. Like instead of you give me a message like this chatting, you can video on the other screen on somewhere, like your head is right here and I can put on my headphone and listen you talking. You can interact each other instead of writing, and you know it's really difficult if I walk around and read all the message on my screen here, and especially when you write, if you guys write a long sentence. Short sentence would be fine. If you're like 2-3 lines, oh, wait, I cannot catch up, because you know all the sentence will be going up and up, will disappear, replaced by the old message. I mean replaced by the new message. Oh, hi Wong. So again, how is the video quality of today? Because I changed the ultra low latency. I don't know, the result should be no or less lagging, because there's a longer time, a buffer time to let the video quality better. I hope. But the downside of low latency is I won't get a fast interactive with you. If you say one thing, I have to wait for 5 seconds or 10 seconds to see your message. Yes, I know. Yes, if I go indoor, the signal strength is variation a lot. Well, again, even outdoor doesn't mean good at all, because I'm really concerned is the SIM card. This SIM card is, again, it's called 1010, 1010, the company name. Is said, they claim it's the best of the best in Hong Kong. but I'm afraid this is not the truth. When it passed to my hand, it seems even worse than 3 or CMHK. Well, another reason the signal strength is not power good is today is cloudy. It's not sunshine. That would be the weather problem. And well, this is part 2, right? In the part 1, I set the frame per second is 30. This part I set to 60 frame per second, but I don't see it's going to 60 because on my screen here is telling only around 30 frame per second. So that's given 60 is not true. And overall, it's just a fake number. Because all I can tell is this upload speed is still not higher enough. It's still under 500 KB per second. It's not fast enough to 1 meg or 1.5 meg for a higher video resolution. Yeah. The flicker is, you mean the pixelization? Because if I encounter a place with a low signal, because my screen will come off a word pool connection or pool, then I know this place is not a good place for I stay for long. So I have to move fast to other place. But even though I'm walk too fast or not too fast or whatever, if I move away that place, the signal strength doesn't mean it's good at all. Because 1010 does not a good job for a signal strength because it does not provide a average or constant signal to my phone today. Oh, I got 80% of my battery, so I have to go. Alright, so maybe, just maybe I might be have part 3 after my lunch. Alright, just maybe. I have 3 battery, no, I have 4 battery and I have 2 battery left. 1 old battery, 1 new battery. Alright, so maybe I will finish today video live stream here in Tseun. But from time to time I will come back here. Maybe not have a full walk in Tseun because even though today there are some places I haven't been yet, but anyway, because in my old video, recording video, I've been some more places already. Alright, 17% of my battery, so I have to stop here. Goodbye everyone, goodbye, see you.